Scully Productions.
What's up, Joe? What's up, everybody? This is Jeff Fannell, Sports360. Wednesday, March 11th, 2020, was a dizzying day in the world of sports. The coronavirus continues to spread across the world, including in the United States. And as it does, governments and health authorities have begun taking drastic measures, including a shutdown in Italy, the creation of a containment zone around New Rochelle, New York, and limitations on large gatherings, which have resulted in the cancellation of political, cultural, and sporting events. In the world of sports, over the past 24 hours, the Ivy League canceled its basketball tournaments and all spring sporting events. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine issued an order limiting mass gatherings, which would affect March Madness games set to be held in Dayton and Cleveland, and would also affect fans who wanted to attend the home games of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Columbus Blue Jackets of the NHL. That's what happened yesterday. And then things really took a turn. First, the NCAA announced that the men's and women's basketball tournament would be played without fans. Then, later in the evening, the game between the Utah Jazz and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA was suddenly postponed, literally seconds before opening tip-off. No one at first knew why. And then within 30 minutes, the bombshell hit. The NBA announced the cancellation of its season following reports that Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert tested positive for the coronavirus. The NBA G League has now followed suit. In other sports, limits imposed by the state of California on large gatherings will likely force the 5 California teams in Major League Baseball to move their home games at least for the first week or two of the coming season. The Seattle Mariners have similar considerations to make given the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus in Washington state. And there has also been some talk about MLB pushing back the start of its regular season. With the NBA now on an indefinite shutdown because of the coronavirus, just how long will it be before the NHL, MLB, and NCAA follow suit? Sad to say, but Rudy Gobert will not be the only athlete who tests positive for the virus. The coronavirus has caused the cancellation of other games and tournaments around the world, including in soccer, tennis, golf, and in other sports. The Olympic Games, scheduled to begin in July in Tokyo, are now in limbo, with reports that the IOC believes it can wait until May before making a decision on whether or not to go forward with the Games in 2020. Meanwhile, a host of Olympic qualifying events around the world have been canceled. A devastating blow for those athletes who have trained so hard for so many years for an event that comes around only every 4 years. Culturally, we've seen concerts, music festivals, and other popular events around the world being pulled down. Schools, colleges, and universities have suspended in-person classes and turned to holding classes online. Stores are running out of bottled water, hand sanitizers, flu medicine, household cleaners, hand wipes, and people are becoming increasingly afraid to go to places like the gym, places of worship, or even to work. As for the NBA, what does this all mean right now? It's hard to say, but consider this. My understanding is the virus has an incubation period of up to 14 days, which means a person could have the virus without showing any outward signs during this period. Over the past 2 weeks, Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz played the Toronto Raptors, the Detroit Pistons, the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. All of those games were on the road. So consider the cities: Toronto, Detroit, Boston, New York, and Cleveland. The players, coaches, and other team personnel on those 5 clubs are being tested. But consider this also. Those 5 teams went on to play other teams in other arenas in other cities. Bear in mind as well that there were 12 referees who officiated the games involving the Utah Jazz during their 5-game road trip. And those 12 referees went on to officiate other games involving other teams in other cities. You quickly get the point. One person infected with the virus in a situation like a team sport, basketball, baseball, hockey, or others, one person could cause a chain reaction that quickly spreads to other people in other cities. Now, as for how long the games will be suspended, who knows? But some early statements of the games being suspended for 2 weeks are no more than wishful thinking, in my opinion. Consider that the Chinese Basketball Association suspended play in late January because of the coronavirus and is planning to resume play in early April. We're talking a period of approximately 10 weeks. That's not to say that the NBA will be out for 10 weeks, but no one should be expecting games to be played anytime soon. Lastly, a couple of players took to Twitter last night about not being paid during the suspension of play. And certainly you have to look to the CBA, and the CBA provides, in fact, that the players will lose a portion of their salaries for every game missed because of force majeure, which under the CBA includes an epidemic. COVID-19 is now a pandemic, so that provision of the CBA that provides for a reduction in salary would likely apply. That said, the NBA, the early indications are anyway that they have a desire to resume the season, even if it means playing into July and delaying the start of the next season. So it's likely that players will continue to receive their salaries, at least in the short run. To say this is a fluid situation would be an understatement. Things are moving quickly, and as my good friend Phil Bradley likes to say, stay tuned. We're recording this at around 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, March 12th, 2020, the day after witnessing an extraordinary turn of events in the world of sports. By noon today, we're likely to hear more remarkable developments as the story of the coronavirus continues to unfold. And what has happened so far in sports has been nothing short of historic. But as sports fans and as world citizens, we should most certainly stay tuned, because my sense is the half has not been told. I'll holler at you soon. Jeff Fannell, Sports 360.